The world could really use it. Listen, Craig act all dressed in black, a liberation flag on his back.
91.3 WVKR, Independent Radio, Poughkeepsie, New York. That's some music by Craig Harris, the album Managing the Mask, and we heard Deep Thought. We'll be playing some more music by some other artists who will be at this weekend's Jazz in the Valley. I just want to say that you are tuned into 91.3 WVKR, Independent Radio, Poughkeepsie, New York. I am your host, Rita Ryan, here each and every Wednesday from 4 to 6 p.m. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the YouTube channel, LocalMotion on 91.3 WVKR, and the Facebook page by the same name. Now, I am thrilled to welcome today's second guest, Greer Smith. Are you on air with us?
Yes, I am.
Oh,
good evening. Rita.
Good evening. It's always a good thing when I start off without disconnecting people. So, Greer, thank you so much for your time here today on the show. You are the executive producer and founder of Jazz in the Valley. I understand, by the way, I just also want to tell listeners that Jazz in the Valley is returning this weekend, Sunday, August 21st, for an all-star centennial celebration of Charles Mingus, and it's in Poughkeepsie at Warriors Park, and it's featuring a whole bunch of great artists, which we'll be talking about. But I also want to say that you are also the recipient of the Jazz Journalists Association 2021 Jazz Hero Award. And you, Greer Smith, are quite a force of nature in this jazz world. Tell me how all this got started for you, if you would, please.
Yes. Our arts organization, Trans Art and Cultural Services, has been here since 1996, and we thought that we would do something in the presenting field of this music that we all love. And I happened to write a grant and ask Ahmad Jamal, who was living here at the time. He was living in Stanfordville. I asked him to write a piece about the Hudson Valley, and he was sitting at his kitchen window, looking out of the window, and he was saying how beautiful it was, just picture perfect. So the piece he wrote was called Picture Perfect, and we debuted that in 2000 at the West Park Winery, and it was an afternoon of music and jazz, which morphed into Jazz in the Valley, and we've been doing it ever since.
Man, oh, beautiful. And how did you get moved? And I love the location. How did you move it to Warriors Park in Poughkeepsie? Why and how?
Well, we became sort of a movable feast. The first location at the winery was sold, and then we moved to Williams Lake. That was sold. Then we moved to the Hudson Valley Resort and Spa, but we kind of outgrew the space. So Anita Peck, who ran Williams Lake, owned Williams Lake, and Ernie Bruno thought that I should look at Poughkeepsie, and at the time, Ernie Bruno's cousin was the mayor, and I spoke to the mayor, and here we are.
Beautiful. And what a beautiful place to see Jazz in the Valley. Again, that's happening this Sunday at such a beautiful location directly on the Hudson River between the two bridges, the walkway over the Hudson and the Mid-Hudson Bridge as well. Now, because we're a non-commercial station, I can't go into ticket costs. We're not allowed to do that, FCC, but all the tickets are available on your website, which is jazzinthevalleyny.org.
Correct.
Quite.
But there is also
yes.
a free program on Saturday for folks that should come out to the Keneen Hackett Art Center in Poughkeepsie.
Tell us.
Buster Williams documentary, Based to the Infinity, will be screening. Buster will be there for Q&A. It's a wonderful doc. It tells the story not only of Buster, but you also understand the story of this music and folks that are no longer with us and folks that are still here. It's an excellent evening for anyone on Saturday at 4:00 at Keneen Hackett.
Keneen Hackett,
free,
right?
Open to the public.
Wow! So it's just walk up, and if you have room, you get
walk in.
Wow. And Keneen Hackett is a beautiful place to see a screening, too. So the Keneen Hackett Arts Center this Saturday, 4 p.m., free screening. And then Sunday, the full day. And it is a nice full day of music. Tell us about when it starts Sunday, August 21st, Jazz in the Valley. What time?
Gates open at 11. Music starts at noon. And we go until we can't go anymore, which is usually around 6-ish.
Beautiful. And this year, talk about some of the featured artists who will be performing.
Well, the most exciting, one of the exciting things, Buster Williams, of course, will be there, but Craig Harris, who you were just playing, his Harlem Night Songs band will have 2 featured artists in it, which will be the wonderful Regina King and Camille Thurman. Wow. And that's a configuration that I don't think anybody should miss. I'm waiting to hear that myself. Also, the wonderful vocalist Carla Cook, Mike King. We always introduce somebody young that folks may not have heard of, but we usually have a good eye for talent, and Mike King is who we're tapping this Sunday. He's a keyboard player and wonderful. And we always close out with a Latin, Afro-Cuban piece, and Joaquin Pozo will be doing that. Joaquin, who is the nephew of the wonderful Chano Pozo.
Wow. That's amazing. This is amazing. And you are supported, Jazz in the Valley is supported in part by the National Endowment for the Arts and also New York State Council on the Arts. So you've got some great supporters with you. Now there's food trucks there. Talk to us about what patrons can expect there. Bring a chair. If it's a tent, talk about all of that.
Yes, there is a tent, first come, first serve, but it's such a wonderful atmosphere. A lot of folks opt for just bringing a chair and sitting out on the lawn or bringing a blanket, so that is open for you. The food trucks are always wonderful. There's Caribbean food by Reggae Boy. There's DJs on the Run. Folks up here are familiar with him and his wonderful fried fish. Flores, who was at the Ice House in Taqueria, will be there. Carlos, the wonderful Carlos, who everybody in Poughkeepsie is familiar with, he'll be there as well. So there will be lots of food. And, of course, you could always bring a small picnic basket if you like, but we encourage you to, kind of just roll up and support the local vendors. So the food is good. Absolutely.
And also, this is so close to the Metro North Poughkeepsie train station, Amtrak as well, that if you're like out of the area or you're in the city or anywhere that you have a train line, just come to Poughkeepsie on Sunday, get off the train and walk a block or two, and you're here on the river and at part of this beautiful Jazz in the Valley. I mean, transportation can't be any easier.
No, and we encourage that because Metro North is a partner in this, and then they used to be Steals and Deals. Now they're calling themselves MTA Away, and if you buy a ticket, rail ticket and festival ticket, you do get a discount.
Yeah, so that's beautiful.
We always encourage that. Everybody's looking for a discount these days, and you just walk across the street and you're there.
Yeah, no, it can't get any easier, and a beautiful ride up the Hudson River or down the Hudson or whatever. It's just
whichever way you're going.
Yeah, yes. Whichever way you're going. Just be sure to stop in Poughkeepsie this Sunday, the 21st, for Jazz in the Valley. Now, you've been doing this for many, many years, and you are the person that trans art. Tell me how that started and why you started that, and just tell me everything, Greer. You're a fascinating woman.
Well, I started in Brooklyn, like everybody seems like, and I had a arts organization that was a traveling exhibition service. I was the executive director of the New Muse Community Museum of Brooklyn, and I would get phone calls for exhibitions that we organized, and there was not a mechanism in place to do so. So we created a traveling exhibition service, and people from other organizations could borrow or rent whatever the exhibitions were. That's where the trans art comes in. And looking at a place to live when I got married, because my apartment was really small, and anyway, it got smaller with the husband. I looked at the Hudson Valley to move to. I used to come up here all the time as a kid to go to camp, and loved it. There was a wonderful gentleman in Kingston by the name of Ben Wickball, who was like a one-man welcoming committee for black creatives in particular. And he said, if you move anywhere, you got to move here.
Nice.
The community needs what you have to offer.
Yeah.
And so here I am.
Wow. So 20 years later. And
20 years later with Jazz in the Valley, and we're finally moving into our bricks and mortar location in Kingston.
Talk to me about this.
House.
Yeah, talk to me about this, please. More detail.
Yeah, the Berger Matthews House. Solomon Berger was part of what would be called today a design build team, and the Berger Matthews House used to be their show house. So we have every decorative architectural design known to man on this house, and it was left as communities and changed up here, industries left, it fell, and it was there vacant. I was gifted this house about 10 years ago, and we have finally finished an extensive historic restoration on the exterior and adaptive reuse of space on the interior. So the first floor is gallery space, the second floor is administrative offices, and the top floor is a reading room that has an extensive vinyl jazz collection and books that are not normally found in libraries in this area. And it'll be available by appointment for research and study, and all the archives of the work we've been doing since we've been here will be in this space.
Brava!
And we'll be moving in there this fall.
Amazing. And this is, again, the Berger Matthews House in Kingston, and part of the Trans Art Inc. And from what I read, it's going to mark the creation of the region's first brick and mortar building dedicated to the celebration of the 400-year history of African Americans in the Hudson Valley.
Correct. We had, during 2002, we did an overview of the African presence in the Mid-Hudson Valley, and we told stories from both sides of the river. And so we had people like Walter Patrice, who people know, who used to play baseball. Baseball was one of the great unifiers in this area. Hundreds, whatever the issues were, people seemed to be able to play baseball together. Those kinds of stories. It's really been an exciting 20 years. Working in this area. Yeah,
and you're really doing such good things. I can't wait to visit this. So you've got a ribbon cutting happening this fall. How do people stay in touch with the Berger Matthews House project?
They go online to Transart Inc., TRANSARTINC.org.
Perfect.
And you can find it out. Our other good fortune has been Creatives Rebuild New York. Those of us that are in the arts space, there was an artist employment program initiative that was started by a group called Creatives Rebuild New York. Essentially, it was a call that went out across the state to, I think it was the pandemic that really brought this to everybody's attention, that the artists that are the lifeblood of the state and our well-being were greatly affected by what happened during the pandemic. So there was an opportunity for folks to apply, and from a competitive pool from 2,700 applicants, we were one of the few organizations to receive the Creatives Rebuild New York Artist Employment Program, which allows me to employ 4 artists full-time with a salary and benefits for 2 years. Wow. And we intend on using this opportunity to really re-engage young folks, in particular, with the art form we call jazz and its roots. So those artists will be the wonderful Craig Harris, master percussionist Chief Baba Neal Clark, bassist Christopher Dean Sullivan, and pianist Mala Waldron, who is the daughter of Mal Waldron, who was Billie Holiday's arranger, and she grew up calling Billie Holiday Auntie Billie. It doesn't get better than that.
No, it does not get better than that. Wow. Wow. Amazing. Greer Smith, you are a force of nature here for jazz in the Hudson Valley and the arts in the Hudson Valley. We're lucky to have you here.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no, seriously. So Jazz in the Valley, Warriors Park, Poughkeepsie, this Sunday, August 21st, gates at 11, music noon till about 6 o'clock. And again, we're celebrating the centennial celebration of the great Charles Mingus this year. What's more to say than that, right? Charles Mingus. By the way, I don't know if you know this, but I'm going to alert you to this now. We have a Mingus Moments jazz show on air here at WVKR each and every Wednesday night from 7 to 8 p.m. with Penny Brody.
Oh, Penny, yes.
Yeah, yes.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, so she does, Hugh Brody's wife, right? And
Yes.
Yeah, so she does a show here, and it's called Mingus Moments. It airs each Wednesday from 7 to 8 p.m. So when I saw this is the theme of your Jazz in the Valley, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to tell you about Penny if you didn't already know her.
And there's been so much going on. If you see Penny before I do, let her know, please, that her name is at the door. She should just come.
Oh, I will.
She is always welcome. My husband is a college professor and interviewed. He's emeritus now from Medgar Evers College, City University of New York. Mm-hmm. And many moons ago, he interviewed Hugh, and it was just wonderful. Wow. And we have not forgotten Hugh, of course, or Penny. So This would be great for her to come.
Oh, wonderful! I'll leave a note here at the station because I leave at 6, and I'll leave a note here for her. So that's really kind and generous of you, and I'm glad I mentioned that. So Jazz in the Valley, you have a wonderful website, jazzinthevalleyny.org. This is rain or shine, correct?
Correct.
All right. And weather's going to be wonderful on Sunday, so we don't even have to worry about the rain part.
No, we don't use the R word. No, it's not going to do that.
It's actually, the forecast is gorgeous. So come no matter what. Support the arts and support music and the musicians. And I am just looking at the weather forecast, and it actually is not going to rain. So plan your Sunday in Poughkeepsie. If you need to take the train, get on the Metro North or the Amtrak. Either one stops in Poughkeepsie, and spend the day in Poughkeepsie, New York. It's a 1 or 2 block walk down from the train station. And if you're local, Warriors Park. It's just a really peaceful, wonderful place to be. Greer, we are lucky to have you here in the Hudson Valley. Also, check out Trans Art and see what you've got going on. I look forward to learning more about that up in Kingston when the Berger Matthews House opens up this fall. So that's transartinc.org. And then you've also got the music for Sunday at jazzinthevalleyny.org. What did I miss, Greer?
You didn't miss anything. This was so wonderful. You did your homework, and I'm so happy.
Oh, well, I can't wait to
wonderful.
I can't wait to check this out, and I really look forward to meeting you in person because I'm going to give you a big hug because we need more people like you on this planet. So thank you for everything that you do for the arts. You really are a gift to us all, and I'm going to play some music. I'm going to enjoy some music right now from Regina Carter, and we're just going to, have some fun with this. We're also going to play music by Buster Williams. Again, Saturday is the free event, the free screening at Caneen Hackett Arts Center in Poughkeepsie with Buster Williams. It starts at 4 p.m. on Saturday, and it's free. So just walk in, and you'll have a beautiful event there as well. So.
Thank you so much for having me.
My pleasure. I will see you this weekend.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Greer Smith.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye. 91.3 WVKR Jazz in the Valley this Sunday, the 21st from noon to 6, the beautiful Warriors Park in Poughkeepsie. It's right down by the Poughkeepsie train station on the river, and it's directly in the middle of the walkway on your right and the Mid-Hudson Bridge Poughkeepsie Mid-Hudson Bridge on the left. So if you're standing there facing the river, that's what you're looking at. And it's a really beautiful day there. And jazzinthevalleyny.org. That's where you can buy tickets to attend Sunday's event. Saturday's event, again, is a screening at 4 p.m. at Keneen Hackett Arts Center. Now, enough talking. Let's listen to some music. This is one of the performers that'll be at Jazz in the Valley this Sunday. Let's take a listen right now to Regina Carter, 91.3 WVKR. 91.3 WVKR, Independent Radio, Poughkeepsie, New York. That was Buster Williams' Something More, which is a collaboration with him, Herbie Hancock, Wayne Shorter, Shunzu Ono, and Al Foster. Whew. Buster Williams, one of the performers at Jazz in the Valley this Sunday, August 21st at Warriors Park in Poughkeepsie. Tickets and more info available at jazzinthevalleyny.org. Again, a huge thank you to Greer Smith, my guest today during the 5 o'clock hour. And she's the executive director and founder of this wonderful festival that takes place every year in Poughkeepsie, Jazz in the Valley. Also, we heard music by Regina Carter. The album is called Ella, Accentuate the Positive. We heard the track called Judy. Regina Carter, another performer at Sunday's Jazz in the Valley. Do not miss this one. Looks like really no rain in the forecast, so going to be a wonderful afternoon of music. Gates open at 11. Music starts at 12, ends at about 6 p.m. Lots of great local food trucks there, and bring a blanket, bring a chair, and hang out for the day on the water, on the river in Poughkeepsie. Sunday. Sounds lovely. Hope to see some of you there. And thank you also again to John Barry, my guest during the 4 o'clock hour, with his new book, Leave on Helm, Rock, Roll, Ramble, available on Amazon, available at Leave on Helm Studios, the Rambles this weekend at Bethel Woods as well. Go to see John, his website, rockrollramble.com, as well as you can find him all over social media. So we've got a little bit of time left. LocalMotion is here each and every Wednesday from 4 to 6 p.m. So we're going to start this little segment off because there's no guests. I always start this segment off with no guest with a track for Tony Falco, who passed away October 28th of 2021. He left us with many things, including a really cool Spotify playlist. So I pick a track off Tony Falco's playlist every single week, and today's track includes music by Billy Burnett. Let's take a listen to this right here, right now. 91.3.
Do I ever cross your mind? And darling, do you ever see some situation somewhere, somehow triggers your memory? And do you ever wonder what became of all the time? And darling, do I ever cross your mind? And do I ever cross your mind? Oh, or when you're lonely, or does that only happen to me? Do you ever wanna know, do old dreams go on endlessly? Or do they just run down somehow and gradually become the custody of that melancholy jailer, Father Time? Darling, do I ever cross your mind? what became of all the time. And darling, do I ever cross your mind? No, I got to know if I ever cross your mind.
.3 WVKR, Papa Chubby, the album called The Catfish, track Motorhead, Saved My Life. Papa Chubby will be performing at the Falcon in Marlborough tomorrow. You can make reservations or give them a call at live@thefalcon.com. You never need tickets to go to the Falcon. It's always by donation only. We started this little segment off with a track from Tony Falco's playlist. Billy Burnett was the artist. The album called Crazy Like Me. The track, Do I Ever Cross Your Mind? Tony left us with a fabulous Spotify playlist, and I play a track from his playlist every single show that I host here in honor of Tony and all the things that he brought to us, including the beautiful Falcon in Marlborough, which is now being run by his son Lee Falco, and the family is continuing Tony's beautiful legacy, and the best way we can continue that is to support the Falcon and go make reservations and hang out at one of the most beautiful places on planet Earth, at least for me. live@thefalcon.com. This gentleman's just got a brand new release out, had him on the show a couple months back, and he'll be performing Friday night in Woodstock at Colony. Let's take a listen to new music by Kenny Roby here on 91.3.
I
gonna take it easy on the water, and I'm burning the sun. It'll rise slow and steady like it oughta. What's begun has begun. 'Cause today is a new day. There can be no other day. No, you move me, yes you do. Ain't gonna feel bad about my healing. Let it roll if it rolls. I remember swinging from the ceiling in my prisoner's clothes. Some fly by me, some stay behind me. Well, I am where I am, and if you wanna know where you can find me, baby, whip out your calendar and look up today. 'Cause today is a new day. There can be no other day. Lord, you move me, yes you do. It's a new day. It's a new day.
91.3 WVKR, brand new music by the lovely and talented Sarah Phim, album called Althea, and the song was Orith. SarahPhim.com. She has incredible music, and she also is a visual artist as well. You can find her on Bandcamp as well as her website, Sarah Phim, that's FIMM.com. We also heard brand new music, the title track, A New Day by Kenny Roby. He was my guest on the show here, a few months ago. Kenny Roby will be playing his music at Colony in Woodstock this coming Friday. ColonyWoodstock.com for tickets and information to go check out Kenny Roby. Super, super nice guy and great musician as well. If you missed that interview I hosted with Kenny, or any interview, you can always go to the LocalMotion on 91.3 WVKR Facebook page as well as the YouTube channel, and click a subscribe and a like to both, and I will thank you for that. I am going to this is the part of the show where we do musical happenings in the hopes that you go out and support live music. I mention venues in alphabetical order and let you know what's going on a little bit here in the Mid-Hudson Valley. Let's start out with the Bardavon and UPAC, bardavon.org, September 17, Jack DeJohnette at Woodstock Playhouse. Barnstock in Woodstock, also at barnstockny.com. August 20, Joe Lovano, John Menegon, and Matt Garrity. Bearsville Theater in Woodstock, also bearsvilletheater.com. August 19, The Wallflowers. August 20, Stanley Jordan. August 24, Brett Denon. August 26, Guitar Summit. Bethel Woods Center for the Arts, also at bethelwoodscenter.org. This Friday, August 19, Brandy Carlisle. August 20, Phil Lesh and the Midnight Ramble. August 21, Earth, Wind, Fire, and Santana. And August 25th, The Temptations and the Beach Boys. Caramore in Katona, and info at caramore.org. August 19th, Matthew Whitaker Quintet. City Winery, Hudson Valley in Montgomery, New York. Info at citywinery.com/Hudson Valley. August 28th, Railroad Earth. Colony in Woodstock and colonywoodstock.com. Tonight, Bluegrass Clubhouse. Thursday, Meridian Brothers. Friday, Kenny Roby. Saturday is closed for a private event. Sunday, Patty Rothberg. And every Monday is an open mic. Also, the Colony Beer Garden is open. Check the website for details. Dogwood in Beacon and dogwoodbeacon.com. Tonight, Mike Hamill. Thursday, JFF. John Merritt and Company. Friday, Less Than 3. The Falcon in Marlborough and live at thefalcon.com. Thursday, Papa Chubby. Friday is a split bill with Choo Choo and Paris Monster. Saturday, Summer of Love Festival Day. And Sunday, Martin Pizzarelli Trio. Jazz Forum in Tarrytown and jazzforumarts.org. Friday and Saturday, August 19 and 20, Ann Hampton, Callaway. Jazzstock at the Senate Garage in Kingston and info jazzstock.com. August 18th, Laveau de Trey. Levon Helm Studios in Woodstock and levonhelm.com. August 19th, Midnight Ramble Band. August 20, Phil Lesh and the Midnight Ramble Band at Bethel Woods. August 26, Trigger Happy. September 4, Anders Osborne and Jackie Green. Maverick Concerts in Woodstock, also at maverickconcerts.org. August 20, Anthony DeMar. August 21, Borromeo String Quartet. The Stissing Center in Pine Plains and thestissingcenter.org. August 19, Sweet Meg. August 20, Stand Up Downstairs Comedy. Town Crier in Beacon and towncrier.com. Every Thursday is an open mic. Friday on the Salon stage, Bruce Carroll and David Ray. On the main stage, Bruce Molsky, Guy Davis, and Walter Parks. Saturday on the Salon stage, Lauren West. Main stage, Sisters of the Slide with Cindy Cashdollar and Rory Block. Sunday brunch with Eric Puente Jazz Quartet. Sunday evening on the salon stage, Jim Pospisil. And Sunday evening on the main stage, Robin and Linda Williams. Last but not least, Summer Night Soundtracks at the Yard in Beacon. Info and tickets at AnnaliseandRyan.com. September 17th, Bridesmaids. And that does it for my musical happenings. Thank you again to today's two guests. Today we did it twice. We had John Barry in person on the show today during the 4 o'clock hour. He's the author of the new book, Levon Helm, Rock, Roll, Ramble. You can find the website by the same name. You can check him out on Facebook, Instagram, John Barry. And thank you to Greer Smith, my guest during the 5 o'clock hour. Jazz in the Valley is happening in Poughkeepsie at Warriors Park this Sunday, the 21st, from noon to 6. Info and tickets at jazzinthevalleyny.org. Lots of great live music happening. I'm going to go out with a track that we talked about during the interview with John Barry. This is how Levon ended his shows, and I figure today this is how I end my show. I will be back next week with the incredible legend Chris Brubeck. In 2 weeks, another legend, Bill Payne of Little Feat. In 3 weeks, Cindy Cash Dollar, Lara Hope. We have Mara Blaustein from the Woodstock Film Festival, Carl Gutowski. We've got Larry and Teresa. We've got Yarma. We've got a great fall lined up for you here on LocalMotion. Follow us on all the socials, and I'll be back again next week. Stay tuned for Dr. J with Irie Groove. And now let's go out the way Levon went out. And this comes from Levon Helm, Ramble at the Ryman, which was aired on PBS. Let's take a listen to this one. Until next time, I wish you peace.
All night, and ain't no better place to play than the Ryman Auditorium. How about that?
Thank you, Nashville.
And for this last tune, please welcome to the stage one of our greatest songwriters, Mr. John Hyatt.
Pulled in from Nazareth, I was feeling about 8:30.